Hi folks, welcome to Nessitainment. I'm Ness, and today I'm going to continue where I left off with the Nikon Nikkor AF-S 17-55mm F2.8G DX lens. Now this is a professional lens for DX cameras, but I'm going to explain to you what all these letters mean in the simplest terms I can. Probably the only way I can. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the lens. Alright, I pulled out an 18-55 so I can show you the difference in size. Okay, this is a professional DX lens. This is a standard DX lens. Okay, both of them are basically the same, except obviously this gives professional results and it's a lot faster. The 18-55 is from f3.5 to 5.6. That means as you adjust the range from 18 to 55, the aperture also adjusts from f3.5 to 5.6. Okay? But not with this lens. And that's a very hard thing to do, folks. I know you don't know this, but there's a lot of glass in here. This is a very heavy lens. There's a lot of glass in here, and it has to adjust in a particular way to keep that f2.8 from a range from 17 to 55. Okay? Now, did you hear me? To go from 17 to 55 and keep it all the way through at f2.8 is very difficult. And because f2.8 is a very, very small number, that means it's a very big glass. Okay? And the bigger the glass, the more light comes in, and the more light comes in, the faster the lens reacts. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Now, the G on the lens means that there is no more aperture ring. Okay? Instead, you have these contacts, these contact pins. These contact pins communicate with the camera, and you adjust the aperture through the camera to adjust the lens. Does that make sense? Yeah? Now, what I do is I usually manually check the aperture blades. I look at them. I try to make sure that there is no oil on the blades, that the blades are nice and clean and snappy. Can you see that? Yeah? I also inspect the glass to make sure it's clear. There's no types of debris or no fungus growing. But these lenses are usually cared for anyway, of course, because anybody who paid some big money for this lens, they're usually going to care for it quite a lot. And the only reason why they usually get rid of them is so they can upgrade to a full frame camera with a full frame lens. But this is still a professional lens. For DX cameras like the D1X, the D2X, the D70, the D300, the D200, there are loads of them. Now you can use them on these video cameras that are small, but you got to remember the lens is the same size as the camera. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you're happy with them, then that's great. You know what I mean? It still work great. There's no problem there. The lens is so fast that you get this beautiful bokeh. Okay? So when you're photographing a flower, you get that creamy background, a creamy front ground, and a nice sharp image of the beautiful flower like that right there. You see? And that's what these lenses are for. This is a professional lens. Now, as you can see, I also test other things. I test the mechanics of it. You know, you can put this into manual mode right there. Yeah, you see that switch? Huh? And you can adjust the focusing from 0 to infinity manually. I usually move this back and forth to make sure it's good. It's good. You know, it's pretty smooth. You know, there's no issues. I also check the zoom from 17 to 55. That's excellent. Nice and smooth. Then I test it on a camera. The electronics. Make sure that everything is working, everything is snappy. Okay? And then you put this in autofocus mode, auto mode, right there with the switch. And let's just test this out, make sure you get There you go. Now that's nice. That's beautiful. There's no squealing. There's no hesitation. Boom. I'm focusing it on the ceiling so that it can't focus. So it zooms back and forth. But if I wanted to really look at the picture, come up with there, boom. And the picture comes out perfect and sharp. You know? I was just messing about. Okay, folks? Just to let you know everything is bang on and it's working great. So, I don't know if there's much more I can tell you about the DX lens, except that this one is in beautiful condition. The lens itself is like mint. The lens itself is near mint condition. It just has maybe light rub marks, but not scuffs or scratches. Okay? And I always, like I said, I check everything. I look around here. I make sure all that is perfect. Yeah, this is really a beautiful, clean lens. The lens hood is got a couple light scuffs, but that's because, you know, obviously when it's on the camera and it's sitting on the table or something, they get light scuffs like that. Okay, the other thing is the glass is beautiful, and the only way to keep that glass looking that clean, that nice, right, is somebody had a filter on there. So they put a filter on there to protect that glass. So that's the only thing I would suggest you do. Buy a 77mm filter. It's a big filter there. But buy one to protect that glass for its life of the lens. Okay? Anyway, folks, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful, and I hope it was simple enough to understand. Anyway, share the love. I'll catch you guys next time. See you.